Is your little boy okay?
Oh, your little bop in the noggin. Can you believe it? 2 days a month I have custody. The kid hits his head.
Hank, kids are always falling down. Take me, for instance. I was forever cracking my head as a child. Really? Well, what's happened?
No, I took him golfing. He shanked one off the wooden bench onto his own head.
And the world hails another famous Jewish athlete.
Yep. He's going to be a golfer like his dad. He sort of looks up to me as a hero.
Dad.
Hey, here's my buddy now.
Dad, you stink. You said I'd have Nintendo in my room.
Everybody, meet my son, Max.
Hi, Max. Dad, about my Nintendo?
Max, you going to say hello to my friends?
What am I supposed to do all day?
Okay, I'll get you one. Say hi.
Hi. Well, little man, won't it be fun to stay in the hospital and watch your hero at work?
Tim? Oh, yeah, he's a real hero. Like the time him and Mom got into an argument on the freeway, and he stopped the car and cried.
That bop in the noggin must have been worse than I thought. The poor boy's hallucinating.
Yes, that's right, Mueller. Tux pressed limo here at 4.
Didn't I tell you to bust that breakfast tray from Mrs. Tatro's room?
Yeah, you also told me to go to hell, but I'm not doing that either.
Now, you listen here. The court has ordered you to perform community service in this hospital. Mrs. Tatro needs service. Now, hop to, I'll report you to Annie, mop boy.
I am not a mop boy. You just see one side of me, Sandy. Now, you take me on my worst day outside this spit pit, and you couldn't help but be charmed.
Yeah, right, mop boy.
I said I'm not a mop boy, and I take that back.
Mop boy.
Take it back, I'm not a mop boy.
Jack, when you're done with Sandy, there's a puddle in the elevator.
Here's your mop boy.
All right, nursey. I tell you what, I'm leaving at 4 sharp for one of the parties of the season on a friend's yacht. You want to see the real Jack Trenton? Come with me.
A date with you? Not on your life. Besides, I have to work tonight.
Well, let's talk about the real reason you won't come. Fear.
Fear? Fear of what?
Well, that once the scrubs come off and the lights go down, you might be just a little attracted to the Jack man.
Are you nuts?
Am I? Come along and find out, if you're not afraid.
4 o'clock, huh? All right, you're on. I just have to run home and get some things.
All right, now, bear in mind, this is black tie. That's not keg night at the Elks Lodge.
And if you need anything, this is the call button. Just press it and one of us will come right in, okay?
You're the one my dad likes, aren't you? You should hear what he says about you.
Oh, please. Your father and I have a strictly professional relationship. What he says about me at home is of no interest to me whatsoever. What sort of thing does he say?
Psych! Like I'm telling.
Hey, Max. But I just ran out and bought you. Chinese checkers.
Chinese checkers? What am I, a dork? Why didn't you just get me a yo-yo?
I don't know. Would you like a yo-yo?
I wanted the new cartridge for my Game Boy. Thanks a lot, Dad.
I'm sorry, son. I'll get you one.
No, it's all right. My head is starting to throb. I'll just sit here.
I'll get it now.
Okay, Super Mario Brothers, and if they don't have that, get Tetris.
Right.
Hank? You're not really going to drop everything and go get that cartridge, are you?
Of course not. I'm going to send Paco.
And don't you think you're overindulging the child a bit?
Gina, it is hard being an absentee dad. I see the kid once a month, and when I'm with him, I want him to feel loved.
By letting him wrap you around his little finger?
You know, you sound sort of like my ex-wife.
Why? Because I think you're too much of a coward to stand up to a 10-year-old?
Now you sound exactly like my ex-wife.
You sure you don't need me to work tonight?
No, we're covered. Now, can I ask you something?
Sure.
Are you out of your mind? You really gonna go out with Jack?
Oh, come on. Aren't you the least bit curious about where Jack goes at night?
As curious as I am about what the hell Fred does in that bathroom for an hour and a half every morning.
Hank,
Yeah,
do me a favor.
sure.
Keep your kid out of Mrs. Tatro's room.
How do you know he was in there?
I'm psychic.
Like father, like son. Oh, come on, lighten up. Some people would think that's kind of funny.
Sure, Hank. And some people think Pauly Shore is funny, too. Hank, we have the technology. Say the word one day in the lab, and I'll biologically prove the kid's not the product of your seed.
Where does he get off saying that? Hey, look, I admit my child is a little...
Delinquent?
Punk.
Hell, monkey.
Hey, don't worry, ladies. He won't be acting up anymore. I had a little chat with Max. I laid down the law in terms that he can understand.
Hey, guess what? My dad says if I behave myself, he'll introduce me to Dan Marino. Can you believe it? The quarterback for the Miami Dolphins is coming here to see me. Thanks, Dad.
You think bribing your son with Dan Marino is going to solve your problem?
Gina, let's just take one problem at a time. How the hell am I going to get Dan Marino here?
You mean you don't even know Dan Marino?
No, I was kind of hoping one of you did.
I know his number.
You're kidding. This is a miracle. What is it?
13.
Gina, help me.
What?
Help me find Dan Marino. I have been calling everywhere for the last 2 hours.
Hank, if I help you indulge Max now, it will only make your problem worse.
Gina, if I just come through for the kid this one time, it would mean a lot. I'm asking just as a friend. Would you help me, please?
Oh, all right, we'll think of something. But if we can't get Dan Marino here by tonight, do you have a plan B?
Yeah, I got it covered. Just let's pray it doesn't come to that.
Hank, this is never going to work.
Paco, put the helmet on. He's going to see you.
This is what I get for being a wise guy.
Well, all we need now is an Indian and a cop, and we got the village people.
Oh, ho, ho, Annie. That's just the kind of workplace humor that makes this hospital the boil on my butt that it is. Now, where's Sandy?
Getting ready. She wants to look perfect.
Sheesh, I don't have that kind of time. We're supposed to be there tonight.
Well, I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Who's the babe?
Oh, my Lord. Now, this I like. Jack, doesn't that look like...
Don't point, for God's sake. This isn't the geek tent at the county fair. Sandy, in my world, if you have to ask, does that look like? I guarantee you it's them.
Oh, is this open bar?
Suave.
Well, I'm just asking.
Felix, congratulations on the Nobel. You deserve it. A little bit late, I thought. Ivana, hey, love that new chin. Ted, Jane, hey, maybe next year.
Jack, you here? Everyone was afraid you weren't going to come.
What, let them all die of boredom? Worthington, you old sea dog, you know me better than that.
Glad you could make it. So far, the night's been one big snooze.
Really?
Yeah, well, except for the scuffle between Grace Jones and little Richard.
That must have been some fight. Anybody break a nail?
Well, who do we have here?
Oh, Ian Worthington of the Boca Raton Worthingtons. I'd like to meet Sandy Miller of the...
Millers.
Miss Miller, I'm enchanted. Welcome aboard my humble abode.
You live here? On this boat? My word, it's so glamorous and exciting. Plus, you never have to mow your lawn.
Yeah, I suppose I don't.
All right.
You okay there, partner?
Huh? Oh, yes, I was merely searching for the right words to describe your infinite beauty.
Well, you sure won't find them where you're looking, Dad.
Jack, how about a little toast?
All right. To international waters, where the stakes are high, the laws are optional, and all the women are beautiful.
Yeah.
Woo! This sure didn't come from no can.
Mac, you have a very special visitor.
All right.
It wasn't easy, son, but thanks to Gina's tireless telephone calling, you are about to meet the greatest dolphin of all time.
Julie, please.
Come on in.
Hi, Tiger.
You're not Dan Marino.
Max, this is Larry Zonka. The Larry Zonka, Super Bowl hero, Dolphins' all-time leading rusher.
Never mind that. He's the host of television's American Gladiators.
And don't forget motivational speaker.
Jeez, is there no limit?
Max, I know you're down, but you're not out. I remember one frozen Sunday against the Vikings. Snow was driving in my face mask. Things looked bad, but...
Is this going to take long? Because Blossom's on in a second. Your head's blocking the set.
Moment. You know, for a dime, boy, he's got a lot of spunk.
Oh, he's not dying. Scram, Julie.
He told me he was on his deathbed.
Well, actually, I said he was on a deathbed. I didn't say it was his deathbed. A lot of people have died there.
Right. Listen, if it's all the same to you, I have a banquet hall full of Rotarians that are dying for some motivation.
Zonk, son, please, don't go. It's not Max's fault. It's mine. I'm a bad father.
What kind of an attitude is that? When I walked out on the field for Super Bowl VIII, did I say, oh, those guys are way too big for me?
Don't scold me, Zonk. You're my hero.
Well, strap on the pads and get it together, man. It's 4th and goal with no time on the clock. Are you going to get out on that gridiron or sit on the sidelines?
Boy, those Rotarians are really going to get their motivational dollars worth.
Hank, I know nothing about American football, but if he meant for you to stand up and be a strong father, then now is the time to do it. Get on that grid and start ironing.
Okay, listen up, Max. I am your father. I am not your doormat.
Dad, do you mind? I'm on my way to my personal best here.
Oh, okay, we'll talk later.
Kaplan, it's 4th and goal with no time on the clock. Are you going to get on that gridiron or sit on the sidelines?
All right, that's it. We have a few things to talk about, son. First of all, respect.
Blackjack! Yes! Freedom and wheat, sucker. Come on, put a little sugar in my bowl, honey. There you go, sport. Buy yourself something pretty. I'd suggest a better rug.
Miss, you stir my manhood.
Tell me, Trenton, wherever did you meet this vivacious young pepperpot? There's something so real about you, something so normal. A lot like those photos you find when you buy a new wallet.
Speaking of pictures and wallets, I'd like to see a few of your dead presidents in mine.
Well, splendid. Let me go and clear 2 seats at the baccarat table.
No, well, I think you better clear 3. 1 for my winnings.
Jack, this is amazing. It's so exciting and colorful. There is a woman in the bathroom who hands you a towel when you wash your hands. And look at these little soaps.
Oh, got a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. No, brother, you sure know how to live.
Yes, this is my life. I wish you'd spread the word back at the little disease factory you call work.
Well, I have to admit it. Sure is something seeing you in your element.
Yeah, you get me out of that hospital. Things are a lot different, huh?
Can we get a mop boy over here?
I'm not a mop boy, damn it.
Excuse me, could I use this phone to call a cab?
Sure, just down line.
Hey, I know you. You're on television.
Yes, ma'am.
You're the dad on Webster.
No, ma'am, I'm Larry Zonka.
Yeah, and I'm Dan Marino.
Mr. Zonka,
Yeah.
would you mind signing an autograph for me?
Oh, sure.
Actually, would you mind signing it to Carl? He's my boyfriend and your biggest fan. Every time American Gladiators is on, he straps on his helmet and makes me fire tennis balls at him as he dodges his way through the living room.
Well, there you go. And I think about trying to get out of the house a little more often.
1972. Larry Richard Zonka spearheads the Miami Dolphins to the only undefeated season in NFL history. You, sir, are the ultimate warrior.
Well, thanks. I've had my share of battles.
Battles? My friend, football is war.
Wow, someone that understands.
And I say, if it is war, let's use weapons.
Weapons?
Exactly. In hockey, you get a stick. Why not football? In baseball, you get a bat. Why not football? In skeet shooting, you get a double-barreled shotgun.
Why not football?
Indeed.
Taxi.
The 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Hank Chaplin. With a handoff from Larry Zonka.
What the hell are you talking about?
Well, thanks to Zonk's motivation, I learned to face my fears. Took away Max's Game Boy. Told him how it's going to be from now on.
Hank, I'm very proud of you.
Me too, Captain. I'd put you on my shoulders and carry you out of here if I had any cartilage left in these knees.
Well, thanks, Zonkster. But from now on, when it comes to fear, I will never punt again.
Hey, your ex-wife is here. She's on her way up to see Max.
My ex-wife is here. Punting. On formation. See you next time.
What a wuss.
Zonk, you don't know the half of it.
7! Yes! Turn out the porch light and good night, Irene. You're unbeatable, Jack. 8 hands in a row.
Well, Jack, you're on a tear. But too big a tear. I'm afraid you've reached the house limit.
Well, whose house is it?
Mine?
Then raise the limit. We don't have to play for cash. I could play for that real estate that we discussed earlier, and you could play for that parcel you had your eye on.
Fair enough. One more hand. 8. Too bad, Jack. Only 9 can beat me now. No more, no less.
Well, help me with my arithmetic here, Worthington. What is 3 plus 6?
9! That was great, Jack. You worked great.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you, Sandy.
Oh, really? Like I was your good luck charm or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Miss Miller, I'm sorry I didn't win. It would have been a pleasure to take you home.
Why, thank you. It would have been a pleasure. What? Take me home? Jack, what is he talking about? What are you talking about?
Why don't you go wash your hands again?
You pimped me.
I most certainly did not. I merely wagered with him for the right to take you home.
How dare you? How dare you gamble with my reputation?
Gamble? There was no gamble. There was no way I would ever have lost.
And you just knew that for sure.
No, but isn't that part of the fun of the game?
Oh, I don't believe this. And just when I was starting to...
Just when you were starting to what?
You're a pig, Jack Trenton. And a thief and a slimy, double-talking, backstabbing weasel, and I cannot spend one more second with you. I'm leaving.
Cocktail?
Pardon me. Could somebody help me untie one of these lifeboats?
Excuse me, I have a dinghy to launch.
Wow. Bianca Jagger was there? What was she wearing?
this black thing that looked like a trash bag with sequins on it. And she had on so much eternity, my eyes were burning.
Well, it sounds like a wonderful evening, and I must thank you once again for this little soap.
Well, we were rubbing elbows with celebrities last night, too.
Larry Zonka. He was wearing tan slacks and aquavola.
Well, checking out the Maxter?
Bye, everybody.
Oh, bye, man.
Dad says I have to be polite to get my Game Boy back.
And don't you forget it, little man.
Boy, staying here is the worst thing that ever happened to me.
Well, you're young, Max. Someday you'll get married and have a kid of your own.
You know what was weird about last night, guys?
When Henry Kissinger turned his eyelids inside out?
Well, aside from that, seeing Jack in his own world, he was charming. He was handsome. He was debonair. Kind of makes a girl wonder.
Sandy, I think you left this in the limo.
Gee, just like Cinderella.
Jack, that's not my shoe.
Oh, it must be Suzette's. I went back to the boat and picked her up after I dropped you off. Well, I might have known it's a bit dainty for your working dogs.
Tuesday, it's an all-new special edition of Unsolved Mysteries at 9, 8 Central. A young girl was kidnapped and killed. Her killers were captured and sentenced. But is the real killer still out there? A special Tuesday Unsolved Mysteries. Now stay tuned for an all-new Empty Nest. When Carol insults Dreyfus, she winds up in therapy with her dog. Next.